It's time for another Dice Tower review with Zee Garcia.
Hey folks, today I'm taking a look at Karnivore Koala. In this game, you are a king or a queen koala, and you are hunting bizarre post-apocalyptic critters to try to feed your koala tribe. You are going to be doing that by having cards and playing them on yourself or other people. You're going to be rolling dice to allow you to take specific actions, trigger different cards, things like that, until you have eaten an appetizer, a main dish, and then of course a dessert. And if you do so, you win the game. Let me give you an overview of how the game works, and then I'll tell you what I think of this one. Here we go. To set up the game, each player is going to get one of the koala kings, and they are going to, in player order, set them up here below these cards that are the ones you are trying to hunt, the food, and if you are able to get an appetizer, a main dish, and a dessert from these cards up here, then you win the game. Each player has their king. Each player is given 3 cards from the main deck here, and then we set up at the top the 3 cards, as I said, that would represent each of the meals. And so we would flip over 3 and set this deck above it. I'll put it on the side for now so you can still see it in the shot here. And so for the appetizer, for example, the player needs to have the little bird symbol, the little reptile symbol. Whoever gets that first and has enough spears to hunt the thing, then they get this card and it'll be replaced. You need to get this one, and this one. You win the game. To get the middle one, which is called the main dish, you also need to provide whatever symbol happens to be showing on the back of the card at the top of the deck, which does change, okay? So that's it. And then you are ready to begin. On your turn, you are going to get all of the dice. You are going to roll all of the dice. You may then re-roll by discarding a card from your hand. Re-roll as many as you want. You can always continue to do this. Once that's done, then you can go ahead and take actions, and the actions allow you to do several things, but you can always choose to play the bears you have in your hand, which come in several different types, next to your koala king. And so the ones that give you the symbols towards the meals up here go on one side, everything else goes on the other side. And so I could put this one here now, and let's say I want to just hang on to this one for now. I need this, I would now use my dice. So this one, for example, lets me draw another card. So I would draw another one from here, add it to my hand, and this die is now used. So I'll set that aside where it can no longer be used. The spears here would allow me to hunt. If I have the right amount of spears and the right combination of animals, I can kill what I'm eating. I need 3 spears. So these spears are actually not really useful right now, because not only does my koala king give me 2 if I assign them a crown, which is great, but I just played this koala, or this hunter over here as well, so I really don't need these. And this one is either this symbol or a spear. I get to choose, and typically you assign this one to activate other cards you have already played. The crown, as I said, you can play it over here to activate this one, or 2 crowns let you steal a bear from someone else. If you roll the skulls, those are bad, and they typically make you discard bears or discard cards. They limit your hand size, things like that. And so, let's see, I think I had that, yes. So this is what I have, and let's say I want to re-roll some of this because I don't have the symbols I need, obviously, to go hunting yet. And I'm going to take a look at the cards in my hand here. I have one that says, may be placed in any tribe and activated by any player. Remove the bomb bear, or bomber, I guess, and 1 other koala of that tribe. So this is a take that card. It can be triggered by anybody by assigning a skull to this. So yeah, I'm going to be mean, and I'm going to give this player that. And then this one says, you may gain 1 additional spear for each spear dice symbol this turn. really don't need this card, so I'm going to discard it, and I'm going to re-roll all of it, because I want more cards. So I re-roll that, great. Got these, so I'm going to spend this and give myself another card. Spend this, give myself another card. I'll take a look at my new ones. Oh, they happen to be the same one. Actually, it's a Protect Bear. Play when you are the target of an effect. You may ignore this effect. Okay, so it's a cancel, basically. And that's probably it for me. I guess I could, again, get rid of that and re-roll these. That didn't really help me very much. So let's say that's it for my turn, and it would be the next player's turn. They started with their 3 cards, they would get all the dice, re-roll them, etc., etc. You are allowed to have up to 7 cards. If you ever play an 8th card, then something's gotta go. When you finally have the correct combination of things, let's say I've got this here, and I was able to trigger my 3 spears by giving this bear this die, by giving this bear this die. I have what I need right here, actually, in just this card. Then boom, I now have dessert. It's gonna be delicious. And I would put this card in front of me somewhere, and we would replenish this. The card I used here would go away, and the card I used here to hunt would also go away. So these would be gone, so you cannot keep reusing the same ones. And now, obviously, this has changed for whoever the next player, for whoever is still attempting to get a dessert, the first card. I've now messed with the symbols they were trying to collect. So there's a little, sort of like 3 mini races going on right here. But that's basically the game. Continue drawing, playing, utilizing the dice to do what you need to do. Lots of take that in the card play, as you got a glimpse of there. But if you are able to get 3 of these cards before anybody else, then you win the game. So there is an overview of how the game operates. The first thing I will say is that the game's look is beautiful. It's just a stunning looking game. The artwork is all bright and it just pops off the cards. It's consistent, it's funny, really well done. I mean, you can see that for yourself, obviously, and make up your own mind as to whether you like this look or not, but I had to mention it. It's just beautiful. The gameplay itself is all right. It's heavily weighed towards take that mechanisms, and so I just found it to be okay. It's also a little long for what is basically a very light and random game, and I feel like the game demands a little bit more from the players than the chaotic nature of the design warrants. By that I mean you're going to be doing a lot of reading, you're going to be doing a lot of teaching what the different symbols mean. The game, you have to learn a lot for how much you're kind of going to get out of it, you know, how simple and sort of random and chaotic the game is. And so that balance feels a little bit off to me. Also, the length, as I said, feels a little bit off to me. It should be shorter and tighter. Having said all that, if you enjoy that style of game, if you like take-that games, if you don't care if the game takes up your evening because you're going to be sitting around and laughing and playing cards on each other and messing each other's plans over and everything, and you're good with that, then go for it, because the game looks wonderful and it can be a funny experience. But I myself personally just found it okay. Each time I played, I was ready to move on when we were nearing the end of the game. I was like, okay, that was fine, but you know, I'll forget about it in a bit. And that's kind of the experience it gave me. So nothing to write home about for me. But again, if it's something that's really singing to you, then check it out. There's no glaring problems in it. You know, nothing's broken, nothing's wrong with it. But it's also sort of just another take-that game, you know. So nothing specifically makes it jump off the table for me either. So there you go. Not quite a recommendation for me, but really nothing wrong with the game either, besides that it's a take-that game and it has a lot of the issues that those games sometimes tend to have. So there you have it. That is the beautiful-looking Karnivore Koala.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool Stuff, in stock. Check them out at coolstuffinc.com.